Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I stated in numerous occasions during my videos that Russians or Russia, um, its leadership, has a high rate of consistency in following through with what they say they will. So during this, not only during this, but even before the Ukraine crisis, the Russians said, this is the red line, don't do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And they did everything that they said they will. And the same thing here in Ukraine, they said, well, these are our goals, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do. It was never about destroying Kiev, it was never about, taking over Ukraine. It was about Eastern Ukraine, the Donetsk, Lugansk. It was about denazification. It was about NATO. That was the primary thing, actually, and the population in East Ukraine, and the neutrality of Ukraine. Um, and they so far, well, you have to destroy certain things like the routes of uh, ammunition that NATO sends into your into your war, and nevertheless, I think that the Russians have a high, as I said, consistency rate, and it's very dangerous because when they claim something or they threaten or they warn, that should be taken into consideration with an extra, attention because of this reason. And I'm not going to go into that again. You know that the Russians said that we're getting closer to a nuclear war. We're getting closer, getting closer. It's possibility, high risk. What NATO did, they just dismissed all these statements and warnings coming from Peskov, Lavrov, Putin, Zakharova. Did not matter. They said it's bravado. Okay, well, you do this with a person who lies all the time, or it's unreliable in their statements and actions. But I don't think the Russians prove that, at least when I talk about these kind of things. I posted a video a minute ago regarding the Russian tests, nuclear tests that they do practicing in Kaliningrad, in old Prussia, in north of Poland and Baltic states over there, the little enclave where you're going to have probably nuclear weapons placed soon. And I don't know how the Western countries will react to this. NATO will just dismiss even that. As I said in the previous video, the next is going to be a launch test of a rocket over Great Britain, or as how do you call it, as North Korea does it over Japan. And then the next one is going to be an accident. What's going on here? This is serious stuff. Anyway, this one is even worse. What's going on? I mean, I disagree with what's going on here, but I have to tell you that it's getting to that point. This is from Popular Mechanics. It's by Kyle Mizokami, May 5th, 2022. And this is the title. Russia State TV threatens to annihilate the UK, yeah, that UK, with 1,600 foot tall nuclear tsunamis. So they say, I'm assuming, I haven't read it yet, they say, well, how about we just send a rocket nearby, I don't know, about a few hundred kilometers from Great Britain and create a few tsunamis and, hey, accident. Well, that's a criminal act, obviously, but it's spoken on the TV. Well, now I don't want to hear people saying, well, we told you so. Yeah, was that you? Well, these guys were called already that. So now they live up to the name. They were called criminals, war criminals, terrorist state, state sponsoring terrorist, military, Russian military, terrorist organization, and the mass media propaganda and Putin's backyard movie stars or whatever. So we have here on Sunday, a Russian state TV channel threatened to destroy the United Kingdom with nuclear super weapons. The segment focused on the use of new Sarmat missiles and Poseidon torpedoes to turn the UK into a radioactive desert. Radioactive desert. Let's put it a bit more English. We use their language, don't we? It contained numerous factual errors, and the alleged UK threat was actually invented by other Russian state media sources. Well, factual errors, yeah, okay, but I think you can create some tsunamis with some nuclear weapons, can't you? If you do it close enough, I guess, and you put enough of energy in it. A Russian state television agency has openly threatened to wipe the United Kingdom off the map with nuclear weapons. That's not the first one. Remember, uh, it was General Lebed. I know he was a colonel at one point. Lebed, General Lebed, that died in a helicopter accident somewhere in Kamchatka or somewhere in the Siberia. He said that that country, referring to UK, that country, whatever, that island needs only one rocket. We don't talk about them. Only one bomb. It was like, oh damn. Was now these guys are on the TV saying stuff like that. So likely in response to a manufactured threat made up by another arm of the Kremlin's media empire. The news segment depicted the use of a single Sarmat super heavy intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, or Poseidon nuclear torpedo to destroy the UK. The entire segment was apparently based on a threat that the UK never actually made. You know, you remember the Gulf of Tonkin incident? Remember that one? When the Americans said that the Vietnamese boats damaged one of their warships by the coast of Vietnam, and then the Americans said, "Oh, we're gonna invade Vietnam because look, they attacked us." That was a false flag operation. So it did work for how many years and how many people died, and what was the destruction of that country based on a we know it now. So yeah, that could be done easily. Oh, manufactured. Um, so Russian Channel 1's popular anchor Dmitry Kiselyov manufactured the threat on his popular Sunday evening television news program. His Kiselov, known as Russia's spin doctor, I don't know by whom, is a popular news personality who in 2014 boasted his country could turn the US into nuclear ash. Stupid. In 2019, Kiselov listed number of targets in the continental United States that would be hit in the event of a nuclear war. I think this is like you would hear to whatever newspapers here, I can't even remember it, like a stupid newspaper that nobody takes into consideration, or you have, let's say, Alex Jones claiming something. I don't want to analyze Alex Jones, but nevertheless, everybody will take Alex Jones seriously in those circles. No, or someone who already is considered, like lost his credibility. So I guess this guy is a clown, but nevertheless, they make him now very important, I guess. It says here that Sarmat, which it says here that a single, in this segment, Kiselyov described the UK as so small it could be destroyed with a single Sarmat missile, Lebed, each of which carries up to 10 thermonuclear warheads. Sarmat, which Russia's first tested last week, is likely the world's largest ICBM. While Sarmat can theoretically strike up to 10 separate targets, the distance between cities such as London, England, and Edinburgh, Scotland, is likely too great for a single missile to cover. A real strike on the UK would require multiple Sarmat missiles. This is technicality. You don't have to go to Edinburgh. You need London and a few more. I mean, maybe not even a few more. I'm just, counter-argument to this guy. Kiselyov also warned that a Poseidon nuclear torpedo could detonate its 100 megaton thermonuclear warhead in the North Atlantic, swamping the entire British Isles with a 1,600-foot tall tsunami that would leave what remained a radioactive desert. Finally, he warned that the explosion would create a tremendous amount of radioactive fallout. As he explained this, the Mac pulled back to Europe as if to suggest that the radioactivity would become the entire continent's problem. Well, now these guys are trying to be logical with this guy. All right. There are numerous, there are a number of problems with this depiction of Poseidon, blah, blah, blah. Nevertheless, it's just that these guys are just, this guy is using this and, Kiselov Kiselov's threat describes Russia's attack as in response to a retaliatory strike by the UK, implying that Russia strikes first, then the UK retaliates, and then his scenario comes into play. Well, I don't know. Do you believe it? I don't. He's just a clown. But nevertheless, it's in the media. It's in the media. Well, it's a clown, right? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.